Welcome to the Cheap Guitar Channel. Just a poor man playing poor stuff poorly. Thanks for being here, and hopefully you can make an informed decision with your friends here at Cheap Guitar Channel. Like and subscribe if you want to. And now, here's me to hopefully help you make an informed decision with the Cheap Guitar Channel. Hey guys, welcome back into the Cheap Guitar Channel. I'm Cody. Like and subscribe if you want to. If not, that's cool too. This is sort of the, I guess, second video in my series of upgrading the Donner DST200. I got this thing on a ridiculous deal, and it is a ridiculously good guitar. You know how Phil does if you ever watch Phil McKnight, he does the sock test with the pantyhose to see what kind of shape the frets are in. I will tell you, this would pass the pantyhose test. You can't see my hand, but there's no sharp edges on these frets at all from the factory. I haven't done anything to it yet, so I'm going to adjust the relief on the neck on this video. The guitar came with this string action ruler, which also has a really cool common chord chart behind it. But I thought it was neat they included this because you can see where your action is set on the neck. On the 5th fret, on the high E, it's right about 1 millimeter. The 12th fret, it's about 1 1/4. And then at the 21st fret, again about 1 1/4. The D string, 5th fret, about 1 1/4. 12th fret, about 1 1/2. And about 1 3/4 at the very bottom of the neck. The low E is at about 1, maybe 1 1/4. And between 1 1/4 on the 5th fret. At the 12th fret, it's solid 1 3/4. And by the time you get to the very bottom of the neck, it's at about 2. Which range, if you can see, about that height. That's where the strings are at now. Because I'm going to replace the bridge on this guitar, and I will show you. This is the bridge. And the reason I don't like this bridge, one, when I play them, these screws tear into the side of my palm. Another reason I can't play Strats is because of how I play. I turn them off. So I have to move the knob, but I am definitely replacing this bridge. With the action where it is, and it could stand to go a little lower even before I do the relief, these screws are backed so far out, hopefully you can get a shot of that and get a look at that. Those screws are so far backed, so far out right now that they would easily cut your palm. So the action could still stand to be lowered, and there's more screw. I could definitely lower the action on this E string, but I'm replacing the bridge. I'm replacing all the hardware on it. I haven't decided quite yet, but this is the type of bridge or something similar to this where you can see the screws aren't quite as bad coming out of the top as these bent steel pieces. So I think I have an idea about what I'm going to do with the bridge, but we're not there yet. So I do need to just adjust the relief on the neck, which means these strings are goners. Okay. Should probably fast forward through all of this part. One thing that I have decided, I think, all of this is subject to change, by the way. I do think I'm going to keep slotted tuning keys, tuning pegs, tuning heads. I like the way they look, and they're definitely convenient. Feels a little loose. I'm going to have to check on that one here in a minute. These string trees definitely need to be tightened. So, while I'm sitting here, can go ahead and do that. Yeah, that looks about right. There we go. Usually I go over all of the nuts and bolts on guitars before I ever play them or pick them up, but this one was an exception because I was excited to get it. And even more excited when I started playing it. I really wasn't expecting much. This was a sub $100 guitar, and I like the budget guitars. I like cheap guitars. I like doing little mods and stuff on them. Hopefully making cheap guitars play way better and sound way better for just a little bit of money. Because like most people, I don't have much money. But I do love messing with guitars. I just wish I were much better at it than I am. Oh, okay, so now that we've got all the strings off of it, beautiful neck, beautiful guitar, beautiful. I haven't decided if I'm going to roll the edges on this fretboard yet or not. I probably will, because I do most all of the guitars I own. I roll the fretboard edges on them. I just like the way it feels. Someone showed that to me years ago, and so I do it to pretty much every guitar I own now. I don't know if I showed you this in the previous video. It actually has a real skunk stripe down the back of the neck. In the classic tuners, I do like those. I like the way they look. I like the way they feel. These aren't bad, but I am going to replace them. I think I'm just going to stick with the vintage style tuners when I do replace them. So let's see where we are at as far as relief goes. It's really not terrible. It is far better than at least half the guitars I own that I paid way more for than this one. So I don't think it's going to take much. I think just a slight turn. Let's see. And of course it changes once you put strings on it. And it puts some tension on the neck. So I like to leave just a little relief. Just ever so slightly, but that's just me. Having done this once or twice and messed up a guitar too. I actually have an SG that probably need to get someone to work on right now, because it's beyond the scope of my abilities. But it is a beautiful guitar. Absolutely beautiful. I think we're almost there. That didn't take much at all. Hopefully the camera picked up just how little I had to mess with that. But I'm going to show you, if I can, what this looks like now. The relief. I'll get a better view of it here. So this is what the relief looks like now. And that is probably as good as I'm going to need it or want it to be. I can't imagine I'm going to need it I can't imagine I'm going to need to put any more relief in it than that. But that looks good. I'm going to clean it up. It still has the plastic on it. I'm going to clean it up. I do have more pieces coming. I've got a bridge coming next. I have tuners coming. So as the parts come in, I'm going to do more videos on this guitar as I upgrade it. The bridge is going to be next. It's not going to be this bridge. I have another bridge coming for the Donner DST200. I am really impressed with this guitar, and I am going to give it away. In case you missed my first video, I love the neck on this guitar. I absolutely fell in love with it. Nothing wrong with the pickups, nothing wrong with the electronics. Matter of fact, this switch is pretty decent switch. And this guitar isn't bad right out of the box. I could have put some relief in the neck, put new strings on it, and probably played with it straight out of the box. But because I very rarely find a neck like this that just does it for me, I'm going to polish the frets, of course put the fret rocker on them, get them all level. I didn't find any dead frets anywhere on it when I was playing it, which is why I'm not really worried about it. So I am going to polish the frets, and now that the relief is done, when the bridge gets here, that will be my next video to replace the bridge on this guy, and then we'll continue with the modifications. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for joining me. I am going to give it away. Yeah, that was a long-winded way of saying I'm not going to keep it. When I'm done with it, when I have it exactly how I would want it, for me personally, I'm going to give it away. I have no idea how. I don't know when, time, budget, parts availability. All those are going to play a part of at what point I give this guitar away. But I am going to give it away because I can't keep it. I want to, but I can't. So let me know in the comments below or DM me something and let me know how you think I should give it away. Again, no timeline on it. It's not a big hurry. I mean, you know, it's not a big hurry. So anyway, let me know what you think, how you'd like to see me give it away. And when I'm done with it, when I have it set up exactly how I would want it to be, to go and play a gig with or go jam with my friends or whatever, that's when I'm going to give it away. But whoever wins it, you let me know how you'd like it set up, and I'll set it up for you that way. Okay, so until next time. Man, the world's in a really crazy place. You never know what people are going through, so please be kind to everyone you see. The world could use a lot more love. Till the next time, make good decisions. See ya. Be cool. Bye.
Thanks again for hanging out with us on the Cheap Guitar channel.
Like and subscribe if you want.
And be sure to join us next time for a poor man playing poor stuff poorly. For all of me here at Cheap Guitar Channel, have a good one, and I'll talk to you next time.